day, spellers. Welcome to another spelling lesson. It is Thursday, the 12th of November of the year 2020. We are on spelling lesson number 36 today. Comfortably close to the red margin. You're going to write your very first word today. Our first word today is the word beauty. We want to work with great beauty and care in our spelling notebook. Beauty. Scholars, I'm going to have you try beauty for your analysis. There's a couple tricky things in there. Give it a try. Beauty. Let's see how you did. First, how many syllables in beauty? Right, 2. So scholars, our first syllable is bu, finger space, t. So here's where we might have had a couple tricky things happen. The E-A multiple letter phonogram is silent. That is not something that usually happens for us, right? Beauty. So E-A, but it's silent. So we're going to double underline it. Remember, just like a silent E, we double underline. We're going to double underline it because it's silent right here in beauty. We're going to underline the u, oo, because it's saying its name sound. Bew, right? U, bew. And then E, we have the third vowel sound of the y, I, e. Beauty, right? Y, I, e. Beauty. Third vowel sound. There are 2 rules that we need to mark in our word beauty. First, we have a rule breaker. Because E-A is not usually silent. And the A-E-O-U rule for the U, right, saying its name sound, bew, U. Ready? Here we go. A, E, O, and U. Usually say A, E, O, and U at the end of a syllable. Beauty. Beauty. It makes me think of Beauty and the Beast, which makes me want to sing Be Our Guest. But we'll move on. Our next word comes from the word beauty, beautiful. You can see much of the same lettering and pattern, so that might help with your analysis of beautiful. Pause and give that a try. Beautiful. Let's see how you did. How many syllables in beautiful? I hope you thought 3. So same first syllable, bew, then t, and then the suffix full. You might remember just recently we had the spelling word awful, and I talked about that suffix full, right, meaning full of. So if you're beautiful, you're full of beauty. Right? If you're careful, you're full of care. If you're helpful, you're full of help. Beautiful. Now, let's take care of the markings in beautiful. Again, we have an E-A that is being silent. And we have the U, saying its name sound of you. And we have one other, not marking, but another rule we're going to want to think about in just a moment. When we get to this, we're going to look at this I in beautiful, beautiful. So first, the rule breaker, because remember, E-A is not something that's usually silent. And then again, we have the A-E-O-U rule for the U, right? Bu, saying its name sound. A-E-O, and U usually say A-E-O, and U at the end of a syllable. And then scholars, we also have the Y to I rule. So even though we're not adding a vowel suffix, full does not start with a vowel, right? F is not a vowel. But we did change the Y to an I to add the full. Beautiful is the Y to I rule. Now, scholars, you might want to, I don't know, do some kind of little squiggling here because we're running into the next word. Luckily, our next word does not have a rule. So our rule is kind of getting dumped over onto their line. Hopefully, we'll be okay. Beauty, beautiful. Our next word is flight. So Tuesday, we have the spelling word vacation. Would you have to take a flight to get to your vacation destination? Flight. Pause for a moment. Analyze flight. Be careful. There's a 3-letter multiple letter phonogram in flight. Let's see how you did. Flight is a 1-syllable word. Like fl, like flood, flew, fling, flies, I. What is the 3-letter multiple letter phonogram? Right. I, 3-letter I. Right? I-G-H is I, 3-letter I. Flight. And as I mentioned, no rules in flight, which is good because it gave us room to do our rules for beautiful. Our last required word is the word travel. Where are you going to travel on your flight? Travel. Pause and analyze travel. Let's check how you did. Travel. How many syllables? I hope you said 2. Ch, r, a, tra, finger space, v, a, l, travel. So scholars, the trickiest part of this word, believe it or not, is the EL. A lot of people want to put a silent E on it, right? And do VLE. But it's VEL. Travel. L. I hope your travel went well. Travel. Travel. Scholars, no rules in travel. Our bonus word today is Brazil. You'll remember Tuesdays was the capital city of Brasilia. Brasilia is the capital of Brazil. And taking a quick look at our map, right? Earlier we learned Lima is the capital of Peru. And now here's Brasilia, the capital of Brazil. And you may remember that in studying exploration and colonization, I believe it was Cabral who, in his quest to sail around Africa, remember after finding out Dias could do it, was going to do the same thing. A storm threw him off course, and he landed in Brazil and claimed that land for Portugal. Right? Now remember, there were already native people living in this area. but he was a European who landed in the area. And Europeans at that time did not know it was there, the continent of South America. So Brasilia, Brazil. And then, scholars, if you would like to, in that empty extra space today, think of a place you have never traveled. Or, sorry, a way you have never traveled. Or you could do a place to where you have never traveled. But I have never traveled by blank, right? If you've never traveled by airplane, you could write airplane. If you've never traveled by elephant anywhere, you could write elephant, right? Have a little fun with it. What is a way you have not traveled by? And then a little illustration that goes with it. Remember, this part is optional enrichment. You are welcome to send it to your teacher if you would like. The required part, however, is not optional. That's why it's called required. And the required part is to open the Spelling Google form, answer those 5 questions about the spelling words, and then remember to click submit at the bottom of the spelling form. Send those answers to your teacher for your grade in spelling today. Thanks for joining me. We have one more spelling lesson tomorrow, Friday, the 13th. See you then.